Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever devlog for Project Salvation. I'm Jack, and with me are my fellow developers, Hunter.
Howdy.
And Haley.
Hello.
We are three developers of Wellstag Studio, among others, who couldn't make it today. And we are a small but passionate indie team working on our first upcoming 2D RPG codenamed Project Salvation. Since this is our first devlog, and we wanted to bring y'all into the development process, we thought that we would start with who we are, what our vision is for the game, why we're making this game in the first place, and where we draw our inspiration from. So, all that being said, I think we should just jump right in. So, yeah, Hunter, game development is no small task. So I want to start by asking, why are we doing this? Why are you doing this, Hunter?
Yeah, Hunter.
That is a great question.
You don't have enough jobs.
Yes. So me and everyone on this team, I would say, are very passionate and driven people. And I definitely already work a full-time job. And Haley is my wife. We have a son. A lot of us also have kids and, work demanding jobs. So it would be a great, question to ask. Okay, so you already have all this stuff on your plate. Why would you make a video game? But I was the first person to have the idea, and the original vision was just something as simple as it could be. But I just had the idea because we were playing D&D, and Jack has been our DM for many years now. Getting close to 10 years, that's kind of crazy. And in the campaign that we started playing again when COVID started, and all of us live in different states, but we just had that extra time during the lockdowns, and but then we just kept going, and his world was so interesting and immersive, and we were all just captivated by the story. But D&D as a medium of experiencing a game and a story is wonderful in a lot of ways. It has so many strengths, but it also has limitations, and the biggest one is time. That we can maybe this is just our group, I suspect not, but we might take 2 hours to just come up with a plan for how we want to tackle something, or we might have a very big story beat coming up, but then we goof off for the whole session, and now we have to wait 2 more weeks. And the whole point is that there's so many plot threads that we just did not have time in the game to be able to get to. And so my thought was like, what if we made a video game where we can experience the world in a different medium, where you can let that completionist instinct overtake you and go to every single area of the game, talk to every single NPC, do all the quests. And we were just so inspired by how great Jack's world was that we wanted to bring it to life in a new way. So that is, to me, why I want to make this game.
What about you, Haley?
What made me want to work on this project? I mean, Hunter definitely mentioned, Jack built a very compelling world, and just has a heart for stories, and has been writing since he was 5, literally 5, and just loves creating narrative stories and things like that. So very compelling story, and also just D&D is such a great way of coming together to hang out with your old friends, and instead of passively consuming media, watching a movie or something together, which is great in its own right, but there's just a different dynamic entirely when you're creating something alongside others, and being actively participating in a form of art together. And so it was an easy wow, I've never done anything like this at all, but that sounds really fun. And just the curiosity of but what was in that corner we never went to, or what would have happened if we would have talked to so-and-so, and presented this information. So just curiosity, I think, is like a huge answer for me. And then like personally, it's like gives me a lot of joy to see Hunter like have a hobby and a creative outlet that he can just be refreshed by. I see that like does a lot of wonders for him, like personally, and like just the vibrancy that he's able to bring into other areas of his life, being refreshed by like healthy outlets. So anywho, that's like, and then it's fun to get to do that with him, like that there's something that we're like working towards together. It's a big goal that is not accomplished in a day. It's like a project that we get to like problem solve together. So yeah.
Bouncing off of that, I would say that creativity is a core value of our entire team. And we do believe there's an innate part of us as humans that we're made to be creators. And I think, like Haley said, there's nothing wrong inherently with consuming. That's the part of life, is enjoying the art and things that other people have made. However, I think it's not hard to see that we're a culture that is totally obsessed with consuming. It's just part of our American life is that we're barraged all the time with new TV series, new apps, new games, new books, new movies. There's just always more that's kind of jumping at you, trying to get your attention. And so, we just have found that there's a greater joy in creating rather than consuming. And so I think that's definitely one of the other reasons of making the game is I almost see creativity as a discipline for me, because again, we are in that season of life where it'd be easy to let it slip away because yes, I have work, have a baby, trying to also have friendships and, keep up with family. And there's so many demands. And so it would just be easy to let it slip away entirely. But we want to have a reason, a project to be able to sink our teeth into. And this has been, for me, my favorite creative outlet that I've had in a long time. And it never gets boring.
You do know you play D&D with me, right?
Yeah. That's the second best creative outlet. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, good save.
Yeah, so that's, I just wanted to point that out. I think that's absolutely a core part of our entire team's motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully believe that, and I felt that way since I was a kid too, and I couldn't really put it into as eloquent of words as Hunter can, but yeah, I mean, ever since I was a kid, like Haley mentioned, I loved making stories and writing and all that. But here's the kicker. I'm not a great writer, but I do like telling stories, so the passion really carried me on. When I was a kid, I loved making movies in my head and hanging out with friends and trying to create something more than what was in front of me in my life. I was a big dreamer as a kid, and I would get lost in the clouds a lot and daydreaming and all that.
You mean the Burbs were not exciting enough for you?
What are you talking about? Me and my white bread life growing up, yeah. As I went through college and I started playing D&D with my friends, things just kind of started percolating, you could say. The creativity started flowing so much easier when I started hanging out with my wife, Megan, when I started hanging out with my friends, Hunter and Haley, and their friends, Michaela and Jimmy. And as we all kind of got together, we played D&D and had fun and everything. But then we would go, like, wouldn't it be so cool if we made something for our kids? Because there's no way that we're going to get our 60-year-old parents to pay attention to our D&D game, right? So for me, I'm making this game because I love to create, and I love stories, and I love hanging out with my friends. And it feels like this is what I was made to do, in a sense, that all these pieces as I've grown up, the wanting to write a story, love being a DM, love drawing, have been interested in, animating stuff for a while. It all just kind of clicked. So yeah, I guess that's a wrap on our first devlog. We're so excited to take you on this journey with us. If you want to follow our progress, be sure to follow us on Instagram, links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next devlog.
See y'all.
See you.